The Legend of Zelda is one of the all-time greatest classics. I did a playthrough and translation of Zelda 2, and it was a lot of fun because of the towns and the dialogue, but this game has some stuff to work with as well. It's just more spread out, but if you haven't seen my videos before, I'm playing games in Japanese and translating the text into English. It can be fun to see what is different between the original and translated versions. Older games like this one couldn't support the full Japanese character set, so they tend to stick with katakana text on NES. This makes it pretty strange to read because you have to parse out the sounds and don't have the helpful kanjis to sort out homonyms. For games like this, I'll use the katakana text and rewrite it in more typical Japanese script using hiragana and kanjis, and then phonetic reading, the literal word-for-word translation, and finally, my interpretation of the meaning in English. Here we get to see the story of the game, and it's given to us in English just because, again, with the katakana text, it's a little hard for people to read, so they thought it was easier to work with the English text for even native Japanese speakers. Now we get a list of all the different items that we have. Some of them are called a little bit different things in English than they are in their Japanese, so throwing that out there where I see it. For such an early game, this is an impressive treasure list. I don't even remember what the Bible does. The Hidden Triforce of Wisdom, or just Triforce. And then, of course, you can see the manual for more details if you want. And we're Omachi Kudasai. Waiting. So here we get to name a character. So I'm going to go do that. I'm actually not sure with this one. In the English version, if you named your character Zelda, that let you go directly to the post game where the map was all reorganized, the dungeons in different places, and their maps all changed. But I'm going to do this in the original pre-game or pre-end game mode. And I'm playing this on actually the Famicom emulator, so this game would have been on the disk system, which is one of the reasons why it has the waiting screens the way it does, because those were slow loads. And here we are in the opening screen. And it's our very first text box. Hitori de wa kiken ja kore o Suzuki o. Looks like I typoed and forgot the de in the phonetic box. Hitori means one person, or alone. Dewa is kind of like so. Kiken would normally be spelled out in kanjis, and it means dangerous. Ja is an emphatic is. It is dangerous to go alone. Koreo, this. Suzuki-o, give, in an imperative form. He's giving me the sword because all by myself, the world is pretty dangerous. The English text was pretty similar. It's dangerous to go alone, take this. So I've got a sword, I'm wiping up these Octoroks now. Unfortunately, they drop all kinds of money and other goodies as things move forward. Right now, it's pretty much money and hearts, but eventually they can drop arrows or bombs or anything else. Pretty much anything I kill can do that. So pretty much just making my way onto the first level of the 8, well I guess there's 9. 8 levels plus Death Mountain. I'm one of the rare people that actually started with Zelda 2. I was a little young when this one came out and didn't have a Nintendo yet, but Zelda 2 was one of the first games I had and loved it to death. And when I found out that I could get this first one, I was so excited. So here we are, the first dungeon. Each dungeon is just a set of rooms that you have to explore and figure out where we can go. There's secret rooms, all kinds of cool stuff to make them more complex. Each one has a map and a compass to help you understand where you're trying to go to find the boss, and the Triforce piece within. And then even the map, sometimes there's hidden secret rooms that aren't shown on the map. Skeleton guy is holding a key, so every now and then an enemy is carrying something around that I need, and sometimes it just appears when you kill him. So I've got 2 keys now and 1 locked door. Here's the map screen. So currently I have nothing in terms of items, but you can always set any one of your usable items to the B button, and the sword is always your A button. Just continue working my way through. It's usually worth it to kill all the enemies on a screen because sometimes you get a secret item or something unlocks when you do. Other times, it doesn't. And this first level is a little bit shorter, a little more basic. They get more complex as we move on. In addition to the enemies getting harder and more powerful. When you got full life, you have the sword that can blast things, which is great. In Zelda 2, they really weakened that, so the sword that you can shoot from and it doesn't go as far, and really only hurts enemies that are pretty wimpy. But now you see the little glowy red dot, because I got that compass. So that's telling you where on the map the Triforce is. And despite the fact that it looks pretty far away, it's not too bad. Every level also has at least one secret item to get. So when you see those closed doors that don't have a keyhole, there's always a trick to opening them that's a little different. Oftentimes it's pushing a block, and usually pushing a block doesn't work until you kill everything else on screen. And here we have another speaker. Okana ga nakuna reba yari tsukanai. Okana means money. That's what the rupees we've been collecting are. Ga is just a particle telling us that money is the subject of the sentence. Nakuna reba is based on the naku, meaning none. Adding the na makes it past tense, so gone. Reba makes it conditional, so if it is gone. Since we're talking about money, he's saying that if all the money's gone, ... Then we have ya, which means arrow, in this case. Yari makes it more of a proper noun. Tsukanai, tsuka is a form of use, and nai suffix means not. If the money's gone, arrows cannot be used. Funny that we don't use up the arrows, we use money to shoot them. In the English translation, this guy doesn't say anything about arrows. He's telling us to go to the Eastern Peninsula for the secret, which happens to be the Triforce location. These boomerang guys are always sucky. Don't have much life left. Could use a fairy. Or I suppose a key. Alright, here we have a secret staircase. Let's see what's down there. It's the bow! So now we know why arrows matter. I won't have arrows until I buy an arrow from the store, but as soon as I buy an arrow, I just have arrows, as long as I have money. It's definitely an interesting system. Alright, now that I'm back up here, dodge these little spikers, and keep on going. So you can see from the map, the Eastern Peninsula of this level is also where the flashing little Triforce symbol is. So it's pretty straightforward, not the biggest one of all the dungeons we're gonna hate. You may have noticed a slight change in the amount of hearts I have. Since I'm not trying to do this as like a speed through or show that I'm just this insanely amazing video gamer, I'm not gonna make you watch me die and then, got a boomerang and a bomb. Not make you watch me die. So, in and out. Oh, these little hand guys are sucky. If they grab me, they take me right back to the beginning of the dungeon. So I don't want to deal with that. And then we have the boss here. Not a very hard one. Just need to find a place to stand that he's not going to shoot me. And I'll just shoot him. And boom. When the boss dies, I get a heart container. So I've got 4 hearts now. And here is the Triforce. Or, I guess, the piece of the Triforce. So with that, level 1 is done. So now I can, I guess, head on to level 2. Oop, the clocks are fun. They just freeze all the enemies so I can just take them all out at my leisure. still hurt me if you touch them, but it's relatively easy to avoid a stationary enemy. So the levels are kind of just spread all over the place. They're not necessarily like in some logical order on the map where you walk from one to the other. You kind of gotta find them. And sometimes they get a little more hidden as you move on. But level 2 is over in the forest here. So I'm gonna go and make my way there. You just have to find the right little access point to it. Now I've got all these moblins shooting arrows at me. Little mid-mountain in the map. These Tektites. Oh, I missed the coin. And here we have a shop. Nanka kote kuria. Nanka means something. Kote means buy. Kure means give, technically, but it's used to mean please. So altogether, this says, please buy something. A little more polite than in the English version, where he just says, buy something, will ya? So, the exploration continues. Take out a few moblins here, but I'm going to make my way to that level 2. Just a little deeper into the forest. That's a lot of these blue guys. He got me. Nicely maxed out my bombs. Alright, way over here on the eastern part of the Hyrule. And here it is, the entrance to level 2. Got a nice blue motif going on this time. Every time these snakes get in line with you, they start rushing. But it is nice to have another key. When there's a closed door, follow spells, kill everything. Oh well, got a bit of a key collection now. See what's behind this door. Yay, the compass. Alright, there's the Triforce way up at the top of the map. More moblins. Got that old school flicker whenever you've got too many sprites in a row. Gotta love getting all the bombs. Ooh, and the map. It's nice to have both of those so early. Kind of a funky little shape this level has. Kind of like a moon. But so many rooms to go. I think the book calls these snakes ropes. Kind of a literal look at what they are, I suppose. Ooh. Look at all these little secret entrances. Alright. Already got the upgrade to the magic boomerang. I like that one because it can go all the way across the screen. Doesn't really do any additional damage though. This fancy floor. These guys are kind of weird enemies. It's like playing Centipede, but aggro style. Double fairy is kind of neat. Loading up those rupees. And we have another friendly piece of advice. Dodongo wa Kemurio Kirao. Dodongo is the name of the level's boss. Wa is like ga. It means we're talking about Dodongo. Kemuri is smoke. O is a particle, meaning that smoke is an object in the sentence. Kirao is to hate. Dodongo hates smoke. So when I meet him, I'll have to find some way of making smoke then. But let's just keep carrying on. Assuming when I finish taking out these guys, I will be able to open the doors. And voila! That compass is a little late, and perhaps a little not useful. But it confirms what I thought. And here's Dodongo. Ooh. That was very easy. He touches the smoke, he pauses, and one hit death. So, got my extra heart, have my second piece of the Triforce, and just like that, off to the races again. Level 3 is a bit of a hike from here, so I guess we can start making way down that. Make my way back through the forest. That last one was a little hard to hit. Love that when they get knocked back and get double hit with one hit. All right, past the little lake. And now I'm at the big lake. Level 1 was just up to the north of here. A little dock once I get myself a raft. Alright, what am I going to please buy this time? It's time to get a candle. This candle allows me to burn down trees. It's a little bit annoying when it's in the blue candle form because it's only allowing me to do one blast of fire each time I'm enter a screen. So if I'm trying to find a tree to burn or anything like that, I literally have to leave and re-enter the screen each time I want to give it a go. It can get a little tiresome. Now this lady is one chatty Cathy. She won't talk to me until I give her a letter from an old man that she seems to think is important. Hakaba no jisan ni ai. Hakaba means grave place. Haka, grave, ba, place. So a graveyard. The no particle makes it possessive, so something of the graveyard. It can be read as an apostrophe S. Ji-san, old man, ni adds action, so probably could be read as 2. Ai means meet, so meet the old man of the graveyard. Let's beat up a few more moblins here. Keep making my way to level 3. Good to have a lot of money. Nice traditional entrance. And here we have that sort of teal color level. Kind of sucks that the boomerang just stuns these guys. And then they break up into little ones, which is kind of annoying because it means you never get stuff for them either. Once you get to the point where you have a sword that's tough enough to take them out in one hit, you can start getting coins, rupees, hearts, and other stuff when they die. But for now, they're kind of pointless. At least I got something for all that. Oh, these guys suck. Can't attack them head on because they're little shields, so you gotta hit them from the side or the back. But they kind of have a habit of just coming and aiming at you no matter what, so they can be really hard to hit. And especially for now, until I get a better sword, they take a lot of hits too. Especially when they start getting the blue ones. They can be pretty vulnerable to bombs, so sometimes that'll work too. Nice early access to the compass, much better than last time. And it looks like we're sort of on that upper right area again. So I guess I should explore everywhere else first. Ooh, that's a lot of these guys. Ooh, they almost pincered me. Once I can take out a couple of them, this will maybe seem a little less overwhelming, but for now, there's so many. Thoroughly lost track of who I've even hit already and who I haven't. This is getting dicey. Gonna start getting cheap. It's nice of them to at least give me a bomb. Phew. Oh my god. This is intense. I don't have that many bombs. I do want to get that one. That was good timing. Oh my god. See, they kind of just come at you all the time. But nice to have full bombs. Ooh, the raft. I wanted that. Can get a lot of stuff once we have the raft. Little spark things kind of suck. Disable my sword arm whenever I hit them. But they don't really hurt me health-wise, which is kind of nice. We got an annoying dead end down there. It looks like I'm on the right side of it. I'm glad there always seems to be enough keys to go around. So the door doesn't open, needs a little more encouragement. Take no ue no jisan ni ken omotokai. Take no ue means waterfall. The no particle makes it possessive. Ji-san is again old man. Ni means two. Ken is sword. The o particle makes the sword an object in the sentence. Mota is had, and kai makes it a question. Did you get the sword from the old man at the top of the waterfall? And no, I don't believe I did. I guess this is the game giving me a little nudge that it's time for an upgrade. This is pretty much exactly what we got in the English translation as well. Now that I know my sword is underwhelming, I guess I'm just gonna have to make do and keep going. Don't really want to start this whole level all over again. So let's do door number 4. And I am ready for the map. Ooh, what a shape. More of these creepers. Alright, pretty much just the last boss here now. And away we go. Ooh, he's fun. Speeds up the more limbs he loses, but not good at bombs. Another heart. Another piece of the Triforce. That makes 3. Only 5 more to go. Alright, back out into the world. Time to decide where to next. Forest down here definitely isn't as prosperous as the other one. Trees all just look dried out and unhappy. Don't really spend a lot of time down in this area. Tara dewa hanase yo. Tara means just, dewa means so. Hanase means speak, and nai is not. Yo is sort of like saying right at the end of a sentence. She can't just talk to us. The English translation was a bit more direct. Pay me and I'll talk. Having paid her the correct amount, she says, Mayoi no mori o kita nishi minami nishi e. Mayoi means confused. The no particle makes it a property. Mori means forest. The confused forest. O makes the forest an object of the sentence. Then we have a series of directions. Kita, north. Nishi, west. Minami, south. Nishi, west again. The e particle connotes movement. Go. Mina ni naishoda, yo. Mina means everyone. Ni is 2, naishoda is secret. Yo again is the confirmatory suffix. It's a secret to everyone. Pretty much exactly like the English translation. Let's wander around the forest here just a little more. The fairy spring here is always useful. There's a couple of those on the map. It's kind of funny how many people have to either burn their tree down or bomb their door off to find where they're hanging out. The big Zelda compendium book that they put out shows this game and the Adventures of Link as a dark timeline way at the end, sort of as Hyrule's kind of winking out of existence because Ganon won the big battle in I think it was Twilight Princess or something like that. The chronology is very, very messy. Here I can raft over, and this will take me to level 4. But you can see with basically in this case it seems like civilization's pretty much shut down. Everybody's living in caves all by themselves. There isn't really much of a sense of community or anything. The monsters are pretty much just taken over everywhere. No obvious sign of any towns or castles. The other timeline has games where we've got a much more vibrant version of Hyrule with lots of cool stuff going on. These guys are kind of like those bots. They just explode into bats. So I don't get anything out of killing them unless There's a room clear bonus. And now we have introduced dark rooms. So that's what the candle's for. You can use the one little bit of flame and then light it up. This would have been a very nuisancey room to try to navigate in the dark. They do like to have the Triforce up in that sort of upper right quadrant. It seems like this one is no different. But at least I know I'm not going to stumble into the final boss in the next room or something. And more darkness, of course. More of these little bat-turning guys. Alright, cleared them. And again and again and again. In the inventory screen, we can see that the raft is up above the selectable items because it's a passive item. Just use it automatically when we hit a dock. Wouldn't have guessed another dark room. Doesn't seem to be too much I can do here. I'm stuck. So time to go this way. If I had gone and bought myself the fancy shield, these likes would take it from me every time I got eaten by one. But in this game, I've never really found the big shield to be super advantageous, so I just stick with the wimpy little one and don't worry about it. I just take a beating for sure. Ooh, and we have the ladder. Can use that to make little bridges across water and stuff when there's just one square big. And we got the map. And from here, I cannot get the map, even with the ladder. Do not feel obliged to kill those guys again. Alright, new territory that I absolutely had to have the ladder to get to. Most levels you can actually potentially skip the secret item. This one really forces your hand. And here we have a boss fight, not quite boss fight. Taki no naka ni haire. Taki is waterfall again. No is the possessive particle. Naka means inside. Ni means to. And haire means enter. He's saying go inside the waterfall. So that's a reference to something that I'll do a little bit later. But there are a few waterfalls on the world map, so apparently I can just waltz in and take a look. And here's a secret room that's not even on the map, which I seem to have forgotten to pick up. But not really feeling inclined to backtrack just this moment. Ooh, and this is a complicated enter. And you can't use the candle when you're still in the doorway. More of these thugs. Pop that door open. And you may have noticed suddenly I have a map. And my health is back. That is because this did not go so well for me the first time, so I backtracked, picked up the map, and made it here without losing much health first, so that I could have a good shot at this guy. You're welcome. That little blank hole, though, near the upper left of the map, that's where that room with all the rupees was. You can't always believe it when it says there's nothing there. Super fun that the deadhead gets to keep messing with me. Man, this guy takes a lot of hits. There we go. Alright, half of the Triforce has been reassembled. I do think it is now time to collect some stuff, though. There's a lot of stuff out here on the overworld map that I can get to increase my hearts and various powers and abilities. And I think that dungeon was getting to the point where not upgrading things is getting counterproductive. Because I'm just not one of those hotshot, don't even get the sword kind of players. So this is going to be a little bit of an explore. Got to blow up a few cave doors. Take a few little rides on the raft. Use a bit of my ladder jumping. Can't use this yet. I think I need the power bracelet. And right off the very top of my head, I can't actually remember where that is right now. Finally got some bombs. Can't blow up doors without a bomb. Tsukina ho o Suzuki-yo. Tsukina means favorite, ho means side, and Suzuki-yo means give in imperative form. He'll give me my favorite one. The English version just says, take anyone you want. I'm not really sure why anyone would take medicine over a heart container, but to each. You can buy the medicine, you miss a heart, you don't get another crack at it. So there's definitely several of those guys around that like to give me my medicine or heart choice. But if you want to have the full heart containers at the end of the game, you're going to have to take the hearts. If we get the old man's letter, we can actually get the old lady to start selling us medicine. That one that was just stonily silent. Because she doesn't sell medicine to just anyone, you know. You gotta earn the right. And here's another store. Probably should get around to buying the arrows, but I don't use them much. It's just irritating having to run out of all my money. I like to save up and buy the expensive stuff. But this heart, I would like that. This Octorok would just die. There we go. I'm on my second row. Not really sure why these ones are here, because I've never known of any purpose for them. Here we've got another rafting opportunity. Bleak little island. But again, we'll go with the heart. It has been worth it already. So much exploring. Nope, don't want to go up there yet. This is the one I want. Yeah, the lonely cave up here. Kore o Oba-san ni miste goran. Kore means this, Oba-san is the old woman, ni means to, Miste is to show. Goran is a polite suggestion of please. Please show this to the old woman. I have the letter now to open up the medicine shop. And we'll just keep on rolling. Sort of a, yeah, here we go. A little secret. You can walk through the wall there. Ooh. It's a secret to everybody again. I think I actually didn't even need that much money. I'm maxed out my rupees now. In that tree, I think that's just a gambling little room, which is not something I'm particularly in need of since my money is maxed out. Yeah, give me those hearts. Fairy works too. And another heart for the collection. Don't mind if I do. Alright, back in the forest here. I do find it hard to resist taking out anything in my way, even if I can't really collect any more money. Since I do have full money, I'm going to take advantage of that and buy the most expensive thing in this game. Hey, big spender. And here's the secret shop. Kore wa niuchimono desu. Kore means this. Wa makes this the subject of the sentence. Niuchimono means expensive things. Des is a form of is that is maybe a little drawn out and surprised. This stuff is expensive. The English translation said, boy, this stuff is expensive. So pretty similar. So pretty soon it's time to explore the graveyard area and everything. But maybe I'll try to get a bit of medicine first. And to do that, I need a bit of money. Because somehow I just spent all of my money. Nice to have exchanged the green togs for these sort of I guess, purple ones. So all the damage I receive is halved. So weird seeing Link not being green though. There's another ring that brings me down to 1/4 of the damage. But that ring is found deep in Death Mountain. Not a place I'm ready for. So I'm going to take a little tour through the Confused Woods, because I didn't want to just sit here grinding for coins for that long. The medicine shop shows up all over the place, so I'll get it when the time is right. North, Kita, Nishi, West, South, Minami, Nishi, West. And here we go. I'm now in a new area with these scary knife dog things that shoot at me. And this looks like a graveyard if ever there was one. And it's not small. These ghosts take so many hits. It's unbelievable. If you touch a gravestone, you spawn another one too. If this was an experience generating game, this would be worthwhile, but it's not. And here is the entrance to level 6. I don't want to go to level 6 yet, though. I think we should do 5 first. And that didn't do much for me. I thought one of these guys was hiding something, but maybe I'm misremembering. I think these must have been the inspiration for those weird machine things that are always attacking you in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I am not finding anything under these guys, so I must have the wrong spot. I can't remember everything off the top of my head. It's been a while since I played through this one. More of these guys. They're everywhere. Alright, up to the top of the map. Yeah. Here is Spectacle Rock. We kind of squint. This sort of looks like a pair of goggles. And I think that's what they're going for. Alright, another medicine lady. And I still haven't somehow saved up enough money to buy any. But I'm not feeling compelled to open up Death Mountain just yet. Even though this is the place. Getting my butt kicked over here a bit. These are not easily avoided rocks. But here's the waterfall that I can walk into. Ooh, and some more directions. Choosing the middle one just gets me told that I'm cheap. I can't tell you for this. In the English version, she just called me cheap. I don't really have enough money to try again because I'm still very dirt poor. But had I, she would just be giving me the way to get into level 5. Which requires me to evade the Lost Wood. Or the Lost Forest? No. What do they call it? Lost Woods is the one or Confused Forest was the one I went through. It's, I can't even remember. Oh well. Tsukai konasaru nara kore o Suzuki-yo. This first word is a compounded mouthful. It starts with use, then adds konasaru, which is to be able, and then nara to make it conditional. If you can use. Kore means this, and then Suzuki-yo we've seen a few times, which is the imperative form of give. He will give us this sword if I can use it. I'd say I can use it. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And now I think it's the Lost Rocks, so I'm just going up, 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 and do that a few times, and here we are, level 5. I've added substantially more hearts and a better sword, better armor, so I'm hoping this will be a much easier thing to tackle than the level 4 was starting to turn into. These guys kind of suck. They take a million hits and they're bouncing all over the place. Pretty unpredictable pattern. And all that, and I get a key. And apparently I'm still holding on to a key from one of the other levels. But that's okay. Seeing a lot more use of the bombs lately, too. Digadoga niwa kiraina otoga aru. Digadoga, or Dig Dogger in the English version, is the boss of this level. Niwa means that Dig Dogger is our subject, then we're talking about something innate about him. Kiraina means hateful, Oto means sound, and Ga makes the sound a subject. Aru means be. Dig Dogger hates a specific sound. It's pretty much the same as we got in the English translation. It's nice that we don't have plain blue water anymore. We've got the nice red, either lava or blood. I'm not sure which one it's really supposed to be. Glad that putting that bomb the wrong way didn't actually impact anything. These mummies are a bit of a drag, but I'll take them out. That was a lot of bombs. Now I'm dealing with these guys in blue form. Hopefully with the new sword, they're not much worse than the red ones used to be. Or orange, I suppose. But I'm not going to be able to move this thing out of there as long as these guys are wandering around. So exhausting. Alright, this one's a secret passageway. Not a new item for me. Alright, way up here now. Bakudan o moto mochi taijaro. Bakudan is a bomb. O makes the bomb an object. Moto means more. Mochi taijaro is an aspirational form of have. Would you like to have? He'll up my bomb capacity for 100 rupees. Awesome! But I'm still broke, so no upgrade for me. Now another swarm of these blue guys. Couldn't think of anything more fun. That was kind of lucky. That wasn't. Yikes. Nice to get the twofers. Phew. Alright, now we're talking. No, the boss doesn't like noise, and I see something that might make noise. So it's probably one of those things where if I didn't get this, I might not even be able to do the level. Gets back to the other side of the tunnel. I'll carry on making my way through. I'm so glad these guys came back. I had a lot of fun killing them the first time. I suppose I don't really have to kill them all this time, but they're in my way. Not very fast at all. Sometimes it gets a little tedious. And I don't even get the door to open after killing everything. I wonder if this is one of those one-way doors. There are a few of them. Okay, 3 of these guys. That's fun. Oop. And we got the map. What a funny looking level. Ooh, I get to kill these guys and actually get stuff for them finally. Nothing needed over here. Enough of these dark rooms already. And these stupid night guys. Alright. That compass, I would say, isn't giving me something super unexpected here, so I guess that's fine. These rat guys are so exhausting. All that area up above me was where I got my recorder. So I think we're good there. These mummies are so refreshing now. They're just such a straightforward set of guys. Keeping that key collection going. Maybe they'll die eventually. If I just keep stabbing here, I'll just walk into my sword. Or they'll walk into me, apparently. It's always annoying when the very last one gives you that. And here we have the big old dig dogger. So let's make some noise and see how he responds. He got little. And fast. At least they don't make the bosses here have like horrific amounts of health where you have to hit them like 9,000 times. Oh, wow. I knew there'd be a reason not to go down here, but I wanted to try it out anyway, just in case. Games like this, if you don't explore everywhere, you miss something. But once in a while, it's just a mean trick. Gotta be prepared for both. Alright, Triforce piece number 5 in the bag. So we'll probably call it good on this video. Remember to like and subscribe and check out part 2.